Hello and welcome. The goal of this podcast is to get listeners connected with others in the sports industry because they say it's all about who you know, and now you know us. Hello and welcome to the Constant Sports Podcast. Today I'm joined by Callan and Sal. How's it going, guys?
Doing well.
Glad to be here.
Perfect. We just wanted to hop on today and give the viewers and listeners a little bit of background about the who, what, kind of the why about the Constant Sports Podcast. And essentially, this is going to be a weekly podcast that will dive into the sports law, business, management programs that are out there in the country. Really, one of the main reasons we wanted to do this is to be able to connect with others in the industry, whether that's professionals, students, teachers, professors, program directors, kind of anything in that realm we're interested in talking to and connecting with, and giving a platform for those individuals to be able to broaden their horizons within the industry. And really, one of the cool projects we have is kind of the when and how people are going to be getting information. And Callan, if you want to talk to the viewers about that, that'd be great.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Connor. So as Connor mentioned, the goal of this is to kind of provide a platform where people looking to get into the sports industry can connect with people, whether they're their age or, farther advanced in the industry, with the different types of guests that we have coming on. So the way we're going to structure it is every Monday, we're going to be dropping our podcast interview. The interview will be brought to you by either, Connor, Sal, myself, or a combination of us with someone in the sports industry, whether it's a director of a sports law and business master's program or someone who's further advanced along in the industry. So that'll be coming every Monday. And then along with that, every Friday, we'll be releasing a newsletter, and the newsletter will kind of display who we interviewed the previous Monday, kind of the important aspects of what they mentioned in the interview, as well as any advice that they may have for listeners. And then a section about the upcoming interview we have the next week, kind of introducing you to the person that's going to be on the upcoming episode. And then along with that, we will have a page dedicated to deadlines, specifically from sports law programs around the country that we're connected with, whether this is application updates or admitted student day kind of deadlines. It'll give everyone a chance to see what deadlines they need to hit and how quickly they're approaching. And then finally, we'll have a section just about emerging trends in the industry and things that we believe our listeners need to stay up to date with in the sports industry. So Sal here is in charge of our kind of all of our social media channels and things like that. And I'll let him tell you guys how to best connect with us.
Absolutely. Thanks, Callan. Obviously, I think definitely excited to be part of this group and being able to create and get ready to produce this podcast. Definitely us being in the Arizona state program gave us that experience of why this is important, just going through the process ourselves and trying to find that sports management, sports law master's program. And kind of that was a little difficult since it's not fully out there. But I think us being able to go through that process, being in the program to gain that experience in the sports industry in a secondary educational level, it was amazing and showed us the value in being, first of all, being able to network and why it's going to be important for our future in the sports industry in networking. So with that being said, like Callan said, I'm going to be kind of running our social media. So please follow our Instagram and Twitter. It's at Constant Sports 1. That's going to be the best place to get a news feed instantly and keep up to date with our podcasts and everything we've got going on. As well as that, you're going to be able to find all our podcasts on most of the podcast networks, the Apples, the Spotifys, etc. We'll have links to all those on the social media, so you'll be able to go back and watch all our podcasts, as well as subscribing to our YouTube will be critical because we're going to feed our podcasts on there. So as you're seeing here, you'll get live video of it, and as well as being able to keep up with that. So our YouTube is at Constant Sports Podcast. And then finally, a big thing in the sports industry and as well as business is LinkedIn, definitely like a professional social media. So we've got our LinkedIn Constant Sports Management. So being able to like, follow, and subscribe to those will help you keep up to date on what we've got going on here. And I'll let Connor continue to touch on it, but just being able to bring the sports industry and all the professionals in it in one platform is our big goal.
Yep. That's a great point there. And as we went through grad school, as Sal said, we went to ASU's Sports Line Business program. We had, a lot of speakers come in, and there was different events, and we just saw the importance that's put on networking in the industry. And now that, we're all over the place now, we got, Callan over there in the Midwest and Sal's on the East Coast, and we've already kind of seen the networking process start. If you guys want to chime in, kind of how you've seen the networking process start as you're both in positions out of grad school and how that's been important. I guess I can just talk first a little bit, but I've been in Arizona after graduating and just seeing the different people from that program go off to different jobs, but then also kind of recircling back to the speakers that were able to come to class and able to connect with them and learn and listen and, potentially do business with them. And I don't know if you guys have seen that in your positions, but that's just kind of something I've seen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, where I'm at in Chicago now, I got through it was honestly a cold reach out over LinkedIn. And as Sal talked about, extremely useful tool specifically in this industry, I think more than any others, because there's kind of a LinkedIn sports community and we're hoping to be able to add to that. But yeah, long story short, I got where I'm at now in Chicago through LinkedIn, and I've met plenty of people from ASU as well as where I'm at now that are in different parts of the industry. And I look forward to kind of keeping those relationships intact as my career moves forward.
Yep. And just to piggyback off of what Callan said there, I've definitely seen the networking piece just in my short career. I think a big point that was we learned at the program was just this idea of building your network and doing it authentically. So I think that was a big thing for me, and I'm still keeping up with some of the speakers that we had the pleasure of having at our program and talking to, and then just continuing to develop that network has been huge for me. And it's not necessarily, hey, I want a job and that kind of deal. It's more of just learning from that individual and taking it one day at a time and seeing what happens.
Yep, wonderful. And as you two alluded to, it's kind of the crux, the core of this podcast is kind of how to build connections, why to build connections, being able to, actually facilitate those connections once you make them. Like Sal was saying, not just to just shoot straight for, hey, I need a job, but, kind of foster the relationship, build it up from the ground up and have it grow. And I think that's kind of the main reason we started this podcast, was to do that for, others in the sports industry and also to kind of build that up as we grow. So we're looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to this journey. And as was mentioned earlier, we'll be doing this kind of season 1, we're going to call it. We'll probably drop 10 episodes here in the next 10 weeks. And we're looking forward to the speakers, and we've already have a number of speakers lined up. We have some great things coming up, whether that's different panels or whatnot. We're going to host educational things for our listeners and viewers. So make sure to follow us on the socials and stay connected with us. And we'll also be sending out, as Callan mentioned, the newsletter. And then if you want to, we have a list where we can send out, we'll give you the barcode. You can be added to our email lists, and we can get some emails and connect you that way. And if you're already in the program and you want to be connected to others in, I guess, our program, then that'd be great. We can do that and facilitate that. So that'll be awesome. And just to close, we have our motto, and it's going to be it's all about who you know, and now you know us. And so each week we hit them, then bam, you'll get a new person that's be added to your network and added to your list. So if you guys got anything else, we're looking forward to it, and we can't wait.
Couldn't have said it better.
Absolutely. The last thing I'll just wrap up with is just the fact that, like I said, we had the privilege of being able to connect with some really big time people in the sports industry, and excited to be able to bring that to these listeners that are going to come and join us on this journey.
Hey, you know what they say. It's all about who you know. And now, you know the Constant Sports Podcast.